If you're interested to hear about farming and the recent flooding, you'll have to watch until the end of the video.
Points to the real danger for the Liberal Democrats, which is that those 72 are like a kind of great herd of gentle, herbivorous and completely pointless animals kind of grazing across rambling across the centre ground of British politics to no real purpose.
That was one of the themes, I guess, of the conference. Was
purposeless.
What is the purpose?
Exactly.
And well, they want to be taken seriously, don't they? I mean, I think that
last week it was the Liberal Democrat conference, and Times Radio invited on my MP, South Cotswolds, new Liberal Democrat MP, Ros Savage, to talk about the Liberal Democrat flagship policy, social care. Given that Ed Davey has focused the main part of their campaigning around caring for carers, you would imagine that a new MP would be absolutely tip-top briefed about how to promote that policy to the country. The Lib Dem policy on social care is very simple. They want to raise £2.7 billion by reversing a tax cut to the banks and rolling out free personal care to everyone who needs it in England. It's broadly the same as the Scottish policy. And they also propose that care workers would benefit from a new minimum wage £2 higher than the national minimum wage. The cost of residential care would not be covered. That's it.
There are many issues there that you talk about. Let's just take one of them, social care. I wonder, what would the Liberal Democrats do on social care? What are they recommending the Labour government do on social care? And crucially, how would they pay for it?
Well, we know the system is broken at the moment. There's a shortage of social care workers, and their conditions are not good. They work from dawn till dusk, basically, on a piece rate. So, yes, it is going to take more funds. And as Liberal Democrats, we believe that the people with the most ability to pay should be paying more. So what I'm really concerned about at the moment with the new Labour government is that even while they're saying that those with the broadest shoulders should carry most of the burden, we then see them cutting the winter fuel allowance.
So you'd raise taxes then?
So we're talking about wealth tax or what?
You know what? We're not talking about a wealth tax, but you know, I actually have quite a different view on this from the party line. I think that for too long we have, I'm not saying this is not the party line, it's certainly very different from the Labour line, that Labour is treating us like we're a household with a bank account, that we can't borrow in order to invest in our public services. And I think most of us in this country just see our public services falling apart around our ears. But
what practically would you do with social care? Just give me one idea of what you would do with social care if you had enough money, rather than just paying people more, because you haven't given any practical suggestions about how to change the social care system.
Well, we really need a rethink of the system. The demographic of this country has changed dramatically.
But what would you do?
Well, we need to have more GPs. We would like to.
That's not social care. What would you do to change social care? You haven't given. Do you know?
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm feeling like this is a policy exam right now.
You said the Liberal Democrats want to change social care, and I'm just asking you very simply, what practically would you do to change social care?
Well, we need to fix this system.
How?
And, you know...
I'm going to sort of cut in here because I don't want to be unfair to you. I think what is interesting is that there is maybe a lack of policy from the party on this, or clear policy, which is why MPs like you, who are kind enough to come and speak to us, can't immediately tell us what you do that's different apart from what we know so far, which is paying social care workers more. I mean, this was an absolute
We do have a strong policy on it. Yeah. And I'm just going to hold my hands up here and say that as I think you may know, that I have been in politics for less than 2 years. And I know that there are a lot of people out there who know a lot more about specific Lib Dem policy than I do. And so, I mean, we can turn this into a policy exam if you like, but...
I don't think it's a policy exam. It's just that many of our listeners are really interested in social care because many of them are worried about either how they're going to pay for their social care or that their house is going to be sold, and any legacy, financial legacy that they might leave their children will be eroded because of social care. It is a hot topic, and it's something that we're all concerned about. I think... Look,
well, on that, I would like to say that... we would like to see social care be free at the point of consumption, that people should not have to sell their homes in order to
a social care cap. A cap on costs, a bit like proposed by Boris Johnson, that's been kicked down the path. It hasn't been ruled out by Keir Starmer, but a cap on social care costs is something the Lib Dems would want to go for.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people shouldn't live under this threat of selling their homes, which they want to leave to their children, in order to pay for their care in older age.
All right, Ros, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. Ros Savage there, LibDem MP for the South Cotswolds.
Thanks very much indeed.
Hello, my name is Ros Savage, and I'm here to share what I've learned about courage, particularly the courage to commit. Being non-committal is the easy way out. You might be spared the pain of failure, but you'll also miss out on the sense of achievement that you only get when you truly commit yourself to a goal.
What a shame that Ros Savage didn't commit to the goal of learning policy before she appeared on national radio. Meanwhile, for farming, there has been a catastrophe with the recent flooding. Here in this part of the world, Wiltshire, the Thames has broken its banks again, and this is a major problem for us. We don't have a lot of straw because the wheat that we did drill last autumn rotted in the fields, and we didn't manage to drill any more because the autumn was so wet. So we were hoping for a long autumn, but the opposite has happened, and it's now the third week in September, and it's looking likely we might have to bring the cattle in already, when normally we would hope to leave them out there until early November. Not only that, there is the risk of the sewage in the river causing sickness for the calves. Last year we lost a few calves from an illness called blackleg, and we believe that was because of the river coming over and the calves walking in the water, and they died. So we brought them in today and vaccinated them, which we hope will give them enough protection going forward. Other farmers in the country have also faced disaster. The wheat that they have drilled has been sunk underwater again, and it looks like we're going into another very difficult autumn and winter.